Hello everyone, I'm Metis Balaska and welcome to the stream. Oh, whoop. I am a good VTuber. So, a lot of exciting stuff happened on yesterday's stream, but now we're going to focus on the other drama. I don't know if I'll be able to finish the story in today's stream, though. I will try. But I don't have as much time with the whole load shedding thing going on. Let's get started.
This
My
program
mouse
is
out of the
brought to
way.
you by the following sponsors. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
I'd love to watch that, but I'm afraid of getting a copyright strike. What was bookmark again? Triangle. Okay, so there's no joke endings in Aigis. It's a story I checked, so we just gotta beat enemies. I am surrounded by a white light that strains most of my sensors to their limit. A portion of my sensors indicate that I am currently in a state similar to freefall. I can't then tell up from down, left on bleh. I can't tell up and down from left and right. This continues for a while. Eventually, my functions slowly recover. I find myself inside an unknown room, sitting on the ground. I quickly stand and then check my surroundings.
Is this the music room of a school?
I can see a music stand, a grand piano, a blackboard, and portraits. There is an air of over-exaggerated theatrics to it, but I may not be far from the truth. Is this the world inside the TV? After the surreality of entering a TV screen, this comes as quite a surprise.
No sign of Mitsuru-san or Akihiko-san. Did they land elsewhere? So much noise. I can't contact anyone like this.
I attempt to use it as my communicator, but there is no response. This looks like an ordinary classroom, but it has an alarming amount of radio interference. When I concentrate my senses again, I detect a bizarre disturbance from the entire area that is unlike normal buildings. This may be another world after all. In any case, I must join up with Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san. But just as I begin to make plans to do so, the monitor hanging from the ceiling switches on. What appears on it is, how to describe it, a bizarre figure that looks like a living costume.
I spy an unknown yet bewitching babe.
Good Lord, Teddy.
How unexpected! Unexpected!
I think you're glitching, dude. Its comical tone does not last long before the voice becomes distorted and the image disappears. It reminded me of a malfunctioning machine. I stare at the monitor. I have a hunch that it will return soon. Just as I thought, the costume reappears. But its behavior is very different now.
Case 04. Unintended intruder. Entering elimination process.
Well, that disguise faltered quickly. Its mechanical-sounding voice is completely different from the joking tone it had before. And that phrase, elimination process, it seems that a battle will be starting. I realize as the safeties from the weapon. I release the safeties from the weapon built into my body. That's when a large noise comes from behind me. Hey, Kanji! This is the first time you entered the story, isn't it? A young man in a school uniform comes rolling in with a yell.
Human?
Ow! Jeez, they decided to open right then. This place makes no damn sense.
I thought that I was as ready for any eventuality, but I had not expected to suddenly encounter a
Are
human.
you alright? You seem to be unharmed.
The young man looks back at me with a steely gaze while fixing his bleached hair with his fingers. His behavior does not seem to be His behavior does not seem to be that of one who came in pursuit of me.
Never seen you before.
I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Aigis.
Hi, Kanji! What's up, Koramari? Have a puppy! No, Z. Koromaru is in the next story. Only then do I remember that my appearance would seem very peculiar to a classical observer.
I'm a transfer student. I have blue eyes, blonde hair.
I love how she's trying to describe herself. Alright, still, have a puppy.
Gatling cannon.
Huh?
I'm sorry, forget what I said. In the past, that prepared explanation for students has been effective, but no longer.
What situation would you need to say Gatling cannon to explain something?
Okay. Anyways, I'm Kanji Tatsumi. This mean you're my next opponent?
Opponent? What do you mean?
What do I mean? I'm talking about a scrap!
You mean a fight? But we have only met Tatsumi-san. Actually, where are we?
Enough blabbering, you machine!
With a yell, he slams the folding chair in his hand in his hand on the ground. A cold, dull metallic sound echoes and eliminates any possibilities for talking this over.
What's a fake girl like you doing calling me by my name?
Okay, now we're seeing the influence here. I go quiet. A fake girl. I understand how I might elicit such a reaction, but there is a pain in my chest. But I cannot help but smile at how instinctively I reacted that way. It seems I have become more human-like than I knew. Though, again, Aigis has come closer to becoming human than any other robot, ever.
I was worried I might have to go up against my senpai, but I ain't gonna hold back against a robot like you.
Thinking with a calm mind, I noticed a small incongruity in his attitude. When he first saw me, he seemed unsure and claimed that he had not seen me before. Yet though he knows how I am, yet he knows now that I am a machine, he doesn't seem particularly surprised. Are those two things contradictory? Yeah, remember when everyone in P3 first met Aigis, they practically flipped their lip at the idea that she was a robot. Or to be specific, gynoid. I focused my senses once more and enhanced the gain in my sensors. I detected faint interference. Because it had appeared uniformly across all my sensors, as I hadn't been aware of it. What is this?
Do anything, I'll make the first move. Take Mikazuchi!
Why my frame suddenly drop? What the frick, OBS? Are you? Sorry about that, I'll be back. You seem to be back. A persona. Light flickers intermittently. Could that be electricity? A thick barrel-like arm charges charged with voltage approaches from above. That's kind of not good. Aigis is weak to electricity. I jumped back and narrowly escaped a crushing blow.
Nice dodge. Looks like you got at least a little bit of fight in you.
A persona user. I was careless. I should have expected that possibility since I encountered him inside the TV. I do not know the procedure for attacking a human, but if he's a persona user, I must defend myself with the usual armaments.
There's no avoiding this fight. I cannot fall here.
Just quickly doing a check. All right, are we back now? I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there. Maybe I should close my Steam page, though. That might be taken from things. Yeah, that seemed to be have been causing a problem. I'm sorry. How's the stream now? Are we good? I guess I'll just continue on then until someone says otherwise.
Final. Fight! Down! This'll hurt! Nothing. Nothing. Boring! Down! This'll hurt!
Are you serious?
Don't underestimate me, goddammit! Nothing like that! Nothing. No way.
Hey, Kronk. No problem. Glad things are working now. Okay, mental note for future streams. Don't have my main my Twitch homepage and my Steam management page open at the same time.
Are you alright, Tatsumi-san?
I helped Tatsumi-san up off the ground and then call to him. After repeating myself several times, I hear a groan.
No! Damn it! Ow! Oh, whoa! Hands off!
I'm sorry. If you can't stand, then I'll carry you.
I pick up Tatsumi-san, who is still lying down with. I'm picking up Tatsumi-san, who is still lying down with both arms.
Oh, damn! You're a hell of a lot stronger than you look. Whoa, 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 whoa! How come you're carrying me like this? Like a bride or something?
This is the spousal method of carrying.
No, it ain't. It's the bridal. Oh, wait a sec. Are they pretty much the same thing?
Tatsumi-san, you seem completely fine.
That's what I've been saying. Stop with the Tatsumi-san crap. It's making my skin crawl. Just call me Kanji.
You don't object to being called that? I'm an artificial person, after all.
Huh? Who cares? If I say it's fine, then it's fine.
Yeah, this is basically me Kanji in a nutshell. For those not familiar with Persona 4, he's a rough and tumble type of guy on the surface, but he's really a big softy on the inside. Hey, Ayumu.
Will you put me down already?
When I put Kanji-san down as requested, he turns his back and repeatedly scratches his head. I feel as if his demeanor has changed compared to how it was before the fight. His loud voice and rough words are the same, but the sentence that he will not listen. But the sentence that he will not listen to a word that I say is gone. I feel that I can make myself understood now.
Well then, Kanji-san, allow me to ask again. Where are we? And what did you mean by opponent?
Huh? You're not an enemy that Ted set up for me?
Ted. Are you referring to the bear who appeared on the monitor?
This is a fighting tournament. Only the winners get to keep going. I lost this time. But oh well. I wouldn't make it in the big leagues.
That sounds like something Akihiko-san would say.
Huh?
Sorry, I was just talking to myself.
Gotta say, you pack one hell of a punch. Got me real good.
What kind of makes that statement funnier as Akihiko and Kanji are both of the Emperor Arcana.
Punch? But I didn't throw any punches.
Listen though, the rest of this tournament ain't gonna be so easy. My senpai are waiting up ahead.
There are more people here. Could you estimate how many?
Kanji smiles dauntlessly and gives me a thumbs up. I I don't really understand why, but I give him a thumbs up as well. Good job. Then Kanji-san keels over. I rush in to catch him. When I look into his face, he's still smirking, but has passed out. It seems he was fighting through his fatigue for the sake of his pride. He doesn't seem injured, so I carefully set him down on the floor. Suddenly, that costume, Kanji-san called it Teddy, appears again on the monitor.
Intruders are persona users. Due to difficulties in elimination, they will be acknowledged as valid targets.
It's using that mechanical tone of voice again. The intruder must be me and the others. Since I won't be easy to eliminate, it appears as he's changing tactics. But that could mean... but what could he mean by valid targets? The monitor screen turns off once again. Just like before, it flickers back gone after a few seconds. It's the same face as before, but a completely different attitude.
Woohoo! What a fox! Came to join in on our fun? I'm A-okay with that if you're up for a little fighting. I'll wait for you in the next arena up ahead.
Can we have the yellow-eyed giant General Teddy back? This is more how he sounded at the beginning. He's gone back to normal, or at least recovered from the abnormality.
Silly me. If you're cutting in, you don't know who I am. I am General Teddy. Remember that name well.
General Teddy. Apparently he really is a teddy bear. He doesn't seem like one, but a number of things he said caught my attention. Joining in on our fun and the arena. These are in line with the tournament Kanji-san mentioned. Is the tournament being held here? But the monitor is silent once again and does not return. I do not think I will make any progress if I remain here. I poked my head through the door where Kanji-san appeared to check my surroundings. What looks like a school hallway leads straight ahead. It appears as there appears to be no danger nearby. I managed to hoist Kanji's body up over my shoulder and try to leave the room.
What?
Something gets stuck and prevents me from proceeding. I stop and check, but I cannot see any obstructions. Both of the sliding doors fell off when Kanji-san came in, and the way is completely open. It should be wide enough for me to pass through easily enough, even with a person over my shoulder. Yet I cannot proceed. Something is getting stuck. I slow my walking speed to check to see what part of me is getting caught. That is how I discover something surprising. Nothing is blocking the way, yet only Kanji-san's body cannot pass through the door. It seems there is an invisible wall, one that is selective and prevents only Kanji-san's passage between the room and the hallway. Something Kanji-san says comes back to me. Only the winners get to keep going. Is this what he meant? I increase the sensitivity of my sensors, but cannot detect any wall here. I have no way of destroying what I cannot touch. Which means I have no choice but to leave Kanji-san here.
Well, I will come back for you later. Please stay safe until then.
Once he comes around, he's still a persona user. It's not as if I'm leaving someone behind who can't fend for himself. I reluctantly convince myself to move on. While moving down the hallway, my sensors continue to pick up disturbances from every single my sensors continue to pick up disturbances from everything in the school. It all looks so normal, though. There is a line of glass windows on the wall. Outside is a field level with the ground, and I am walking on. I seem to be on the first floor of the building. Eventually, I reach the doorway and continuously venture outside. I'm surprised she didn't try blowing up a wall. Kanji already broke down the doors, so... There was barely any difference in temperature or atmospheric composition compared to the real world. But the lack of wind is unnatural, and there are other discrepancies between here and there. I turn around and inspect the building's exterior. This is indeed a school. I walk along the wall and go around the building. Soon, I reach what seems to be the main gate. I turn toward the building once again and come to a realization.
I recognize this place.
I have seen a photo from this angle in the preparation materials. As I recall, this is a high school in Inaba. To make sure, I step past the school gate and check the nameplate. The name engraved on the gate its pillar is Yasogami High School. I cross-reference the name with a map of the area and find a match. This is confusing. A real-world location has been completely recreated inside the TV. Why is it constructed like nesting boxes? Just then, I sense something move in the corner of my vision. I quickly turn to view it head-on. It is a uniformed girl. She is running straight through in the opposite direction of the field. Is she a student? No, this is not a real school. Could she be one of the senpai Kanji spoke of? But a moment's thought highlights an important detail. Her pale skin and hair color. Okay, so we certainly saw Labris. There can be no mistake. It's the girl I saw for a moment at the airport after the hijacking. I immediately chase after her. But the girl is much faster than I anticipated, and I cannot close the distance. I release a portion of my foot speed limiter and finally get close, until I am able to grasp her right arm from behind.
Huh?
The girl stops and turns around. There is a surprise on her face that she... there is surprise on her face, and she stares in wide-eyed wonder at my form. I am surprised myself. The instant I take her hand, a flash of intuition charges through me like electricity. This girl is Labris. I am unaccountably convinced.
That's one funny-looking costume you've got on.
Yeah, costume. Sure. Let's go with that.
Oh, well, Oh, of course. You're mixed up in this racket too, aren't you?
Racket? Does she mean the tournament?
No, I am not in this tournament of my own free will. Really? Then you mind letting me go? I'm the student council president. I can't be letting people run wild at this school. Student council president? Didn't I tell you to let me go? Are you trying to get in the way of my work here?
The girl looks at me with an irritated expression. How strange. She speaks as if she is leading an ordinary life here at school. But I am surprised myself. The instant I take her hand, a flash of intuition charges through me like electricity. This girl is Labris. I am unaccountably convinced.
Oh,
If she was aware that she was inside the TV, would she say such things to me?
If you happen to know, could you please tell me what sort of place this is?
Huh? It's the first floor of the classroom building. Can't you tell?
Huh? Is it possible that you don't recall entering a TV?
A TV? Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm kind of in a hurry here.
Mhm.
Can I go?
Before you do, please tell me something.
Well, sorry about that. Can I go?
Who are you?
Who? What'd you stop me for if you didn't even know? I just told you. I'm the student council president. What hole have you been hiding in? The elections were just last week. Are we done now? 'Cause I got places to be.
The girl ends the conversation sternly and shakes off my hand. Shakes off my hand and runs away again. In an instant, she disappeared into the school building.
Please, wait!
I go after her, but just as I enter the hallway around the first bend, and something blocks my path. But I can't see what it is at all. I can't see it, yet when I reach out my hand, I can feel it. I think I know what this is.
That wall again!
The invisible wall that prevents Kanji-san's passage. It's most likely the same thing. Once again, I'm surprised. I can touch it, yet my sensors detect nothing. And it's much stronger than I imagined. It repels even gunfire. Physical strikes are nothing. I attempt various methods to destroy it, but before I can, the girl disappears from view.
It seems I am forced to try a different route.
I consider the situation once more. Was that girl truly Labras? There are too many factors now indicating otherwise. Her appearance and the feel from her arm when I grasped it a moment ago. Both are strong signs that she is human. If she is entirely artificial, then she cannot be older. Then she could not be part of an older generation of mortals than myself. Her speaking voice and behavior were both also indicative of known human patterns. According to the records of Labras's development, she was sealed away soon after. Even I stumble with natural human speech. She could not have become that proficient in so short of a time. She's not a machine, but a human, so she cannot be Labras. Usually, I would not hesitate to make such a judgment based on the available data. Yet I cannot shake the feeling that she may be Labras. And that intuition I felt earlier. What caused it? This case remains murky. I feel as if my senses have been muffled by a thin cloth. But I cannot leave her be. Even if she is not Labras, the fact itself means she is in danger. I quickly look for an alternative route. I think it's the plume of dust reacting to another, hence giving Aigis that intuition. Yeah, that's very likely the case. In fact, I think that was heavily hinted at. It's at least in the next story. I backtrack the way I came and run outside. Suddenly, I am enveloped in a tidal wave of sound. These are human voices. The cheering comes from an enormous crowd. I turn around, and a thick mass of people run towards me out of nowhere. There are boys and girls in school uniforms. It is clear that everyone is looking at
This is
me.
impossible.
How did I fail to detect so many humans? But then I notice it. There is white noise running through all of my sensors. It is the same feeling that I had before finding Kanji-san. What is this? As I stand in thought, the students close in on me. I ask what business they have with me, but the uproar drowns out my voice. I cannot attack them, so I have no choice but to edge backwards. Soon my back is against the wall. It is against a wall. I look around for an escape route. Luckily, there was a door behind me. I hurry inside to find shelter. The room I have entered appears to be spacious. It is dark here, but I believe it is the gymnasium, with very horribly stacked chairs. Like seriously, those are a safety hazard. Here and there, folding chairs and gym equipment are piled in heaps. It looks like the result of some strange ritual. Suddenly, a light shines in the corner. Upon closer inspection, I can see a monitor showing something. It is airing some familiar faces.
Rivals.
Oh no, here we go.
Friends, yet powerful foes. The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Resentiment, Yosuke Hanamura!
Everything that bores me has gotta go.
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore whose discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my prince! The unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi!
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muzzles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi! Deep into realms of romance, the body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
Fight and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
I forgot that the P3 characters view it from inside the TV. I'm not sure why it shows as while inside the TV, but I guess Shadow Labrys paid good money for that ad. So she's going to use it every chance she gets. I'm not sure what to say about that video. I dig these titles when you think about it. They're kind of appropriate. Yeah, but remember, they're supposed to be insulting. It seems to be modeled after promotional videos for martial arts tournaments. I noticed appearances by Kanji-san and the host, General Teddy. The other people shown The other people shown must also be participants. It is safe to assume they are all Persona users. As if watching my reaction from somewhere, General Teddy may appear as on the monitor, replacing the video.
Looks like you're officially getting in on the action. Welcome! Look, everyone, another challenger!
Without warning, there is a loud sound. The door in every direction doors in every direction open at once. Excited students pour in, cheering and yelling. Before I know it, I'm surrounded by people with no means of escape. General Teddy grins at my situation and raises his stubby arm.
Well then, bring out the next opponent!
A spotlight shines on the spot where the crowd parts. A female student can be seen. She has short hair and wears a jacket. She looks very athletic. We're facing the girl who has Aigis' previous arcana. For those who don't know, Aigis was of the chariot, but after the in the after chapter, she officially switched to the fool. I recognize her face from the video. Her name is Chie Satonaka. She steps in front of me, bouncing from foot to foot.
I heard that you're elbowing in on the tournament. Suits me fine. Let's do this!
She finishes her speech. As she finishes her speech, she makes a fighting stance.
Ah!
Just then, a gleaming silhouette appears behind her. It is another persona. Chiazon extends her hand, and palm facing up, and motions with her fingers, taunting me.
Ooh, she's ready and raring to go!
Lord Teddy. Again, can we have the yellow light version back? This is strange. Chiazon's willingness to fight is odd enough, but even stranger are the students in the crowd. Even when seeing a persona up close, they show no signs of alarm. Come to think of it, how did they get here? I cannot believe they were all persona users. But even if they were, would they be so? Even if they were, would they be so excited over such brutality? While stuck in a mysterious world filled with potential dangers? That does not seem likely. Perhaps my basic assumptions are faulty. Could they, like these buildings, be unreal? I cannot jump to conclusions, but I decide to take the offensive. I turn on the monitor. General Teddy is bouncing up and down gleefully.
I will fight on one condition.
Which is?
Interesting. He answered me. I can hold a conversation with him. Which means he can see and hear me.
Immediately release all these students from this school, or rather from this world. If you do that, I will fight as you wish.
Tut tut! Are you making demands to me? Before you get too worried about other people, why not worry about yourself?
I will not fight unless you guarantee their safety.
I glare at General Teddy through the monitor. I didn't want to involve the students, but I have an idea.
Sheesh! What a stubborn girl!
He snaps his stubby fingers. The room instantly fills with light. I ward myself off against it by covering my eyes. A few seconds later, the brightness fades to normal. As my eyes adjust, I see that the students have vanished.
Ah! Is that what you wanted?
The general smiles proudly. My guess was correct. If the students were fake, it is easier for him to remove them than to talk me into fighting. As a result, my sensors detect the moment when the students disappear all at once. The only human here is Chie-san. Looking around, it seems that not everything disappeared. Human-like figures remain, as if the shadows of the students were burned into the scenery. There were several about the gymnasium. Their readings are similar to shadows, but they show no signs of hostility. So these are the true forms of those students. They have been unmasked.
Honestly, you're in no position to be making demands, you know. I'm making an exception just this once, because it's no fun if you don't both go at it tooth and claw. Even if you don't resist, your opponent will show no mercy. It'll be a grisly sight.
The puns.
Even if the crowd was still here, would you not have hit back when I hit you? No. The safety of the people must be prioritized above all else.
I mean, no offense, Shay, but you probably would have broken your hand if you tried.
Ha! That's pretty cool of you, actually. But self-sacrifice doesn't mean much coming from a machine. They can just fix you right up. Oh, that's right. It doesn't even count as self-sacrifice for a machine. It's just what you're programmed to do. You probably don't feel pain or anything, huh? It just seemed that way because you look human.
You may not understand, but I can sense pain as well.
Really? That's such a weird thing to program into a weapon. Doesn't make any sense to me.
That's...
As I struggle to answer, Chie-san smiles wide.
That's fine with me. Means I can fight you without pulling any punches.
The smile disappears, and her eyes spark with fire as she launches herself at me. I'd rather not fight her, but she is a persona user. I clench my teeth and make myself and make myself ready to intercept
If I
her.
must fight you, then I will.
Finally. Fight!
Ha! Why am I at my... Why are frame 0 again? This is weird. I don't know why my frames just suddenly dropped to 0. I tried to be fancy and it wasn't working.
Oh, sheesh. Wow. You're definitely a pro when it comes to fighting.
I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Yeah. But boy, I didn't stand a chance against you. Hey, what's all this about you being a robot?
She is upset by her loss, but seems cheerful. She didn't show this open-mindedness before the fight. Perhaps, as with Kanji-san, I could make peace with her by... No, it is vain of me to think that is possible. Her words echo in my mind. It doesn't even count as self-sacrifice for a machine. And it's just that's what you're programmed to do. I hate to admit it, but her observation is
I
correct.
may seem like a ridiculous machine to you, but I'm still...
Huh? I never said that.
Huh?
Wait. You're not acting like you did before the fight. I'm surprised that you're a robot, but what gives?
Chie-san looks stupefied. Her expression confuses me as well. She stated it clearly, yet she doesn't remember. Then something hit me. Didn't things go similarly with Kanji-san as well? Could it be that something was done to the participants? No, I should avoid drawing conclusions based solely on speculation. Besides, there is something I must do first.
That reminds me, I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Aigis.
Looks like we let our fists say too much before we opened our mouths.
I saw the introductory video. You're Chie Satonaka, correct?
Yep. Oh, you can just call me Chie.
The carnivore who's discarded womanhood.
Okay, you didn't need to bring that part up, and I didn't discard anything. I can use a persona, but I'm just an ordinary high school student. I go to Yasugami High. So anyways, are you, seriously a machine? No foolin'?
Yes. I was created as a weapon for a certain purpose. It may be difficult to explain to you.
Nah, I can tell from the fight you're telling the truth. Huh, so you're not cosplaying. Then again, it'd be pretty nuts for someone to come out here to cosplay.
Speaking of which, Chie-san, can you tell me what this place, this world, is? I confess that I am looking for someone. While pursuing them, I heard the rumor about going inside TVs and ended up here.
Oh, right. You can use a persona. That's how you got into the TV. Where should I start? I don't know exactly how it works, but this place is supposedly a realm formed by human thought.
By thought, does that mean this is someone's mental landscape?
I guess so.
Then we've physically entered a mental world? Through a TV, no less? How can this be?
Aigis, we used to climb an impossibly high tower that came up at midnight when time just like stops for no reason for an hour.
To tell the truth, I never understood it so well myself. There was this insane monster thing around town up until early spring. It created this whole world, and I got my persona because of what happened in here.
Chie-san folds her arms with the troubled look on her face.
Think of it. All this stuff should have been over and done with. But you see that ad showing on the monitor over there? It suddenly started getting shown on TV in reality. There's no way we were gonna stand for that crap to be shown. So that's why me and my friends came in here to put a stop to it.
Your friends are here as well?
Yeah, a couple. Also, that Teddy guy who's hosting this, plus the girl Rise who's serving as commentator. They're my friends too, but they're acting so weird.
She lets out a sigh.
Sorry, listen to me, babbling away. Do you think you can find this person you're looking for? Actually, could whoever it is get in here? I don't think normal people can enter the TV.
To tell you the truth, I have already encountered one such person, but...
I tell her about the girl I saw. I give her all the details that I can remember. I recall that she called herself the student council president. She did not seem aware that she was inside the TV.
Oh, you mean the girl who was calling herself the student council president? Yeah, I saw her too. She was yelling into a bullhorn to stop this foolishness, but then she ran off saying she was gonna go talk to the tournament's host.
She was wearing the same skirt that you are, Chie-san. It seems to be part of a uniform. Are you acquainted with her?
No, I don't know her. It's funny, that girl said she was elected last week. But if I remember right, our student council president was a guy.
I have many doubts about her. I must meet her again and figure her out.
Thank you. I now have a better understanding of the situation. Well then, I should be going now. I would like it if you could come along, but...
I know, I can't leave here, right? I'll stay put for now.
I will come back for you later. You may find it hard to trust me, but...
No, I believe you.
Chie-san replies unhesitantly.
I've been through so much over this past year that I'm pretty confident I can read people.
Unhesitatingly.
Honestly, though, what other choice do I have? If you run into any of my friends, tell them I'm okay.
I will.
After wiping the dust from her right hand with her sleeve, Chie-san extends it to me.
Right? So, if this was some fighting manga, we'd beat the tar out of each other, then shake hands in the end as best friends. A powerful enemy can become a powerful friend, you know?
I clasp her hand. She smiles in embarrassment.
Friendship can do amazing things. I saw that for myself last year. And you and I can be friends too, so, you don't need to talk like you're just an object.
Chie-san.
Don't look at me like that. You're embarrassing me. Come on.
Yes, I'll see you later.
Sorry about that. Come on, hurry. Come on, get going, go, hurry. Energized by Chie-san's words, I run towards the entrance. I turn around and wave to Chie-san. There is more at stake than Labras. I must protect these people. I swear or vow to myself and leave.